My name's Thomas Campbell. I'm the founder of a group called FISH. It stands for Fishing in Support of Hope. FISH was developed for me coming out of recovery. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I was drinking around 2 bottles of vodka a day. Ended up in Alpha-McGalvin. Due to my own mental health, I was handcuffed to a bed by the police for the fear of my own mental health and my own mental well-being. The depths of depression, anxiety, addiction, and that's when I realised there was time that I had to reach out and ask for help. One of my favourite sayings is, I give up everything for one thing, but now I've given up one thing for everything. I had to try to find something to help take my mind away from everything that was happening in my life. I found fishing was a great way to do it. It's a way to connect with yourself. It's a way to connect back with nature, but it's a way to start to leave whatever's troubling you behind. The only thing that you're thinking of is catching the fish. Everything that else is troubling you is left at the gate. I have total respect for fish. I don't eat fish. I always let fish go, always treat them with a lot of respect for, if you're fishing in a river, the journey a fish has had. There's real benefit for mental health and well-being in fishing. We then decided to see if we could create a group, to see if we could help other men in the same situation. Me and Kevin met at an event called the ARC Mental Health Fair. Me and Kevin got started talking, and I was telling him about the ideas that I had through social prescribing. Instead of getting signed off medication that you'd be signed out to come out fishing. Kevin loved the idea, and we sort of just bounced off each other. We had a really good rapport from the ideas that I had and the visions that Kevin had as well. We had chatted about things that they'd be interested in doing, and as the more men that Kevin started talking to, the more that fishing had kept coming up, kept arising. And then that's when Kevin said, look, there's a real opportunity to help so many people by getting them out fishing. That's when we started then looking at developing a programme that we could roll out through the practice. We decided that we would run a 6-week programme. It would start off from us meeting the men, having introductions. It was a benefit that I found. Not only could it help me, but it might be able to help them through whatever journey they were taking as well. We went on then to do 2 days fishing for the last 2 weeks. It seemed to just really click. Coming from the meeting background, they get to know each other. But when they come out fishing then, they started to talk about what was troubling them, what was happening with them in their backgrounds, the reasons why that they started talking to Kevin. So it wasn't to do with mental health. The support that they started to get off each other, then you could see it through the group. It was really starting to become beneficial. One of the things that I find that helps people engage a lot more is if it's led by the patients. The patients are developing this group, saying what they want to do, they're saying what they want to learn, and that's the way that we wanted it to go. Been very positive on that patient-led approach that we've taken. Somebody with, say, social anxiety, that they feel pressured going out on a large group. If you come to a lake, as you see behind us, there's quite a lot of room. You don't have to be in a large group. You can take yourself off to the side and fish by yourself. But what we noticed as it goes through the weeks that the men start to come together. And by the end of a couple of weeks, they're all standing around the one table and they're all talking. That gives them that option that they can come and engage with the group if they feel like it, and they don't have to if they don't want to. Long-term sustainability in any kind of programme, it's really important. If you're taking somebody out that has mental health issues, building them up to take them on a 6-week programme. And as soon as that 6-week programme's done, you have to consider of how that person's going to feel. I think that the peer mentoring programme, teaching them how to take this themselves and keep it sustained for a long term is a lot more beneficial than how to keep it sustainable for themselves. They're now taking ownership of the group and they're actually running the group. We had a guy who had really bad social anxiety, couldn't come out in the public, he didn't even like walking into the shops. After doing the 6-week programme, he's actually now working in a fishery. He's come on leaps and bounds, but it's all from taking that step and taking on the fishing project, helping develop the skills that he's now developed. I find it brings them a lot closer together. It's not about your background, it's not about where you came from, it's not about where you're looking to go, it's about the there and now and how you're feeling. The men get that. And you see them asking each other as you're going around, that they're asking about how you're actually feeling. We're here to help the people, and it's the people that should be getting the help. It's bigger than just your job. It's the community that we're helping to develop in this. My hope for the FISH project is that they will be run out the long term for all practices throughout the whole North. It's a key point that things like these are run on a continuous basis. They're not a one-off. They're not a 6-week programme that it's popped up and it's away again. Everybody can avail of. It might not just be men, it could be women, it could be families. They have to be sustainable. if it's through the GP, or is it the group that run them themselves after that. We had planned for funding for a Dragon's Den. They had a panel of judges. There was over 50 applicants, and we had actually succeeded in winning the project. So we got a bit of funding now to run another fishing project, hopefully a bit longer this time. It's just to keep things moving and to give the guys a bit of hope that there is more for them after we finish the current programme that we're running. Community development is exactly what it is. Inviting everybody to be part of this, and it breaks down barriers that help things develop. But when you bring the community together and have it as a project-led, community-based group, then barriers are no longer there because everybody's there for the same reason. So then barriers that you would have before are gone. I find that if you give back to a community, not only do you feel more successful in yourself, but you're helping build a group that just wasn't there to start with.